Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Tried and Tested. Today we're going to be trying out some products that are made for travel. So I have with me two travel pillows that look a little bit different from the ones that we are used to. And we have a little corner set up to kind of simulate being in a plane. Like this is the window. Wow, the scenery is so nice. So this is an eye mask slash pillow. Here we have, I think, some kind of like beads. So it's quite soft. All right, let's put this on. Ooh, it's quite nice because it feels very snug. Quite comfortable actually. It's kind of good because even when I lie like this, my face doesn't touch the table. Actually, you know what's quite nice? This part here goes in on my eye, so when I'm pressing on it, it gives a nice pressure and it feels quite secure, you know what I mean? So I can kind of like, oh, very nice. Oh, this is quite cool. Oh, and my eyes feel like nice and well rested. Okay, let's try this one. I don't know how I feel about putting my entire head into things. I don't know, it just feels a bit gross. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Whoa. Is this supposed to do, like... Can you imagine you're sleeping? You're like, miss, do you want breakfast? What? Just entertaining myself. It's quite strange because you know what, this part here and this part here, like they kind of like, there's a pressure like this. So this part in turn feels incredibly exposed and very weird. Like I feel like I need to do that, you know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of air here. Okay, so, alright, I'm gonna take this off now. Whoa! Everything is so bright now. I tell you, like I feel like I would never bring this along because I think it's huge. It's so big. Like the bag that I carry is already usually packed full of things. So if I had to bring this as well, I feel like it would be a bit daunting. Like it would like get in the way. This one, I might consider because it's quite small and I can kind of use it like this if I wanted to. In terms of cleanliness, okay, so the tag says spot clean only. To me, I wouldn't use it because there's no cleaning option. And I can't deal with that. I think the same for this because your entire head is going in. Your whole head, you know, and then when you're traveling, like maybe your hair is like dirty or something, after a while this thing is gonna get really funky. So this one I would rate it a 10. Ability to clean this thing is like a 1, so overall I guess I would give this a 5.5. But it's a great idea and it's very easy to use and I think it really helps. Same with this, I feel like okay lah, no, but I have to say like I think it's really a bit huge. But the pressure on the head is very nice. And like the amount of support that it gives is very nice as well. So I think I would give this like a 9. Because I wouldn't use it because I feel like primarily the fact that I can't clean the inside, I think that's just a big no for me and a bit too conspicuous. I also don't know if I would sleep with this on a plane. Would you? Okay, so this is a portable door lock and it's very easy to carry, it's very easy to use, it doesn't require any like fancy installation and it gives you extra security. Like whether you're staying in like a hotel or an Airbnb, it helps you to lock the door from the inside so even if someone has the key, they can't come in. When you go traveling, right, you should really always lock this thing on top. But some hotels don't have it and if you're staying in an Airbnb, a lot of them don't have it either, right? So this is, I feel like something that could be quite useful to have. This is how it looks. Put this in here. Put this here. And now, look. Totally secure. And no one on the outside can tell that you've added extra security. And so easy to remove. Ta-da! Rating 10 out of 10. I think this is such a great idea. It's good to have added security. Here we have two products that are useful for the bathroom or like bathroom activities. Okay, so basically this is a female urination device. So then the other thing that we have is this, which is a portable bidet. This is to hold the water. This gets twisted here. Here you have the actual, where the water comes out of. And here you have the controls, higher and lower. Let's fill this with water. Here we have the part where the battery goes in. I'm really quite concerned that the battery part is in direct contact with the water. What if I get electrocuted? And someone was water all the way through, you know, I was like basically like shooting electrocuted water into my ass. I don't want to die like that. I don't want to die washing my ass. So turn it, wow! But the good thing is I guess you can really rotate according to the direction you want. You would kind of angle it. But this one, I think I will really have to try it out properly, like in a toilet or something. Yeah, in a toilet or not or something. Okay, so I'm gonna take it home and try it. And yeah, I'll report back. Portable bidet. The range, like how strong and how weak it goes, I feel like it's quite limited actually. You don't get like a burst of water that you might want from a bidet, but considering the fact that it is portable, not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna keep trying that and then get back to you on it. I'm back with my final verdict. Overall, I would give it like 6 because, right, it is kind of compact, but also not like super compact. I had to search for some of the other portable bidets out there, and I think that this falls somewhere in the middle. This is kind of where the water goes in to come out through here, right? What I realized was that sometimes when you're almost out of water, it starts to sputter because the water doesn't, like it can't, depending on which direction you're turning it in, the water doesn't go exactly to where it feeds through. It kind of loses steam at the end. So then the other thing, right, I was saying that the strength of the water coming through, I didn't think that they had a varied amount of strength, but what I realized is also that at the highest strength, I actually feel that it's not super strong. Yeah, it kind of is enough to kind of get water there, but not necessarily enough to give it a thorough wash, which is what some people use it for. So I found out that some people use portable bidets because they want to cut down on the use of toilet paper in general. So if that is what you're using it for, then I feel like this doesn't quite have the strength necessary for it. The thing is, still has some water there. You see the sound? Yeah, it also makes a bit of a noise. If you're trying to be discreet about using this like in a public toilet, I don't think that this is going to offer you that, but it will be discreet when you're just filling it up to bring it to the bathroom. So here we have a goggle, and this is supposed to help women pee while standing. First of all, I'm quite impressed because it's very compact. Alright, so this is how it looks. Ooh, interesting. Hello. Oh, I can see you. It's a very small hole for the pee to come out of. This is supposed to give you like a good fit. So you kind of like fit it there and pee. I can imagine certain situations where if there's no bathroom or the bathroom is a little bit like, so this would be useful because you just unzip and like tuck it in and pee. And this is made out of germ-resistant medical grade silicone. Same thing, I'm gonna bring this home and try it. Okay, so far, quite impressed. The fact that I can pee standing, thank you, whoever felt like women needed that, you are right. The thing about it is I feel like the volume that it holds, I'm not sure if it's a lot. Like, if you have a lot of pee, right, you do run the risk of it kind of overflowing, because also the hole at the top is quite small. I think in a way it's good because it helps you to control like where your pee goes and all that, but because it is small, it kind of fills up pretty quickly, and it's small, which is a good thing, but also this is kind of where it works against it. So that is what I've gathered so far from using it, but I'm gonna keep trying and then come back on that. Final verdict on the FUD. I think the big plus point about this is how portable it is. Like, it just folds up to this tiny little thing. The fact that it is so soft really does work against it, because it's hard to kind of get a gauge of when you've got a proper seal, right? You know what I mean? It's hard to get a gauge of that. So like if the material of your pants or whatever it is you're wearing down there is like a little bit hard, or it's hard to keep it down underneath this, then you really run the risk of this happening. Yeah. Because I had to really pull my pants down and hold it in place and really hold this and kind of put my hand as a block. Oh, really like hold it like that, right? And to aim. So yeah, you do run the risk of that. The other option is to pull your pants down, but again, that kind of defeats the purpose of being able to do this discreetly, I guess, but it still allows you to do it standing up. I would give this a 5.5. Yeah, because it kind of defeats the purpose of standing and peeing if you kind of end up peeing all over yourself, which I think you run a very high risk of with this, but I think it depends also on how good you are at adapting to this to use. This is a 4-in-1 travel bottle dispenser. This is like for your skincare and your soaps, and it fits 4 of them in one little container. So the idea is that this is supposed to be space saving and it prevents leaks. We have our 4 bottles of face wash, hair conditioner, shampoo, body lotion. Let's see how it dispenses. Wonderful. Okay, so to simulate a bathroom environment, we have wet both this bottle as well as my hands to see whether it will be slippery. It is not! It's good! We're good! Wow! Okay, I will say though, this thing is quite big. So if you have small hands, this might be a little bit difficult to use because I feel like if you're standing and you're pressing like this, the product does kind of just go all the way down the side. The other thing I was slightly concerned about was actually when I opened it, right? You see there's a lot of space for ickiness to grow. But this seems like it's actually relatively easy to clean. The only part I will be worried about is this area here in the turning part because it's very tight to each other, and I feel like there's a lot of gunk that would get stuck in between because when you dispense something here, if it gets caught here, it'll just keep getting turned around and passed around. But that is really like my only gripe with this thing. Like everything else I feel is pretty freaking solid. I would give this a 9 out of 10. Okay, so can I say something? My nails are a little bit like ugh because I'm giving them a break from gelish, so they look a bit like ugh. But please ignore, I just want to give them some space to breathe, yeah? This is a strap that's supposed to help you secure another piece on top of your luggage. Okay, so this is actually pretty secure. So, interesting. I am not trying to give this a hard time, but I just want to see whether if I were to kind of move it around, whether it would stay. It feels like it's quite secure actually. What? Whoa. Obviously don't treat your luggage like that, but that held on pretty well. Alright, now I'm gonna try it with a smaller bag. You see, with this thing, it's supposed to, you know, you're supposed to do this to loosen, but even on this, like, I'm not pressing it and it's just going all the way up. So there's absolutely no grip at all. Okay, so ideally, this should tighten and yeah, that's not doing anything. But in theory, if this thing here worked, I think it would be great. Idea, great. 10. Execution, I don't know. This thing is broken, so it actually doesn't really work. So I guess I would have to give it like a 4. Because, I mean, I can still find ways to tighten it if I wanted to, so it can still possibly work, but it's just a bit more fussing. Also, and this is a total added extra bonus thing. If it just looked a little bit nicer, I think it would be really good. This is an anti-theft belt. So inside there's a compartment where you can hide your money. It's quite flat, so I think maybe only like small things like maybe rings or whatever. So let's put this through. So this is a unisex belt, so it is a little bit big. It's not meant to be fashionable or anything. I guess it's really quite good to have like money on you that people cannot see just in case something happens. Like because you could lose your bag, you could lose your stuff if your stuff is in your pockets, like if you get robbed or what. I mean, generally people don't take your belt lah. I just kind of wish it looked a little bit better. In terms of like the hiding thing, I feel like pretty good. It really is quite discreet and you can't see it, which fulfills its purpose. I feel like the design of the buckle doesn't seem to be too great in terms of like functioning as a belt. If you actually needed your belt to hold up your pants, this does not seem very good because it's not going to keep your pants up. I feel that, I don't know, because this thing, it kind of holds it there, but it doesn't feel like the most secure. But I like how flat this is. And even after you put money inside, can you see our money? Ta-da! Overall, I think I'll give this like a 7.5. Yeah. So something that is quite useful when traveling are makeup remover wipes. And one of my favorite ones are these from Cloversoft. So these are their organic makeup removal wipes. The wipe itself is water-based, it's paraben-free, there's no artificial fragrance, and the texture is like really smooth. It feels really very much like cloth. The best thing about this is how it's so non-sticky. It just feels so comfortable. It doesn't feel like there's makeup remover on this at all. Yeah, it smells very fresh. It's a very light, fresh scent. It almost smells like the way this looks. So in general, I've actually tried to cut down on my use of wipes, like all types of wipes, because it just generates quite a lot of waste. But sometimes if I need it, like I really need it for the convenience or whatever, then I will use it. And I really like these because they're also like more sustainable because they're actually biodegradable. So unbleached bamboo pulp is actually more sustainable because it has a smaller carbon footprint than cutting down trees. These are also unbleached, so there's no bleaching process that releases harmful chemicals into the air. Aside from all the sustainable things, like just as a makeup remover wipe, I really love this wipe. It's very good. For me, this is like a 10 out of 10. It says that it removes waterproof makeup, but it doesn't really kind of get all of it, but it still gets quite a lot of it. Maybe okay, like 9.5 out of 10. Okay, we've come to the end of the episode. If you want to find out more about the products, where to get them from, you can go to our Tried and Tested Facebook page, or you can check out the description box below. We have all the links there. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. Now all you need to do is...
Attention passengers.
Hit that bell and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out onto YouTube. Or you can just download the Clicknetwork app and you'll be able to watch the videos before they come out onto YouTube. Alright, till next time, mwah! Go be beautiful!